That's right. Well, 14 states have now banned abortion, and about a half a dozen others have severely restricted it. So we heard from a number of speakers today, and some shared some very personal stories.
In the second trimester of my pregnancy, my husband and I badly wanted that pregnancy. The fetus's heartbeat stopped. I had miscarried. The fetus did not abort after the miscarriage, so I was forced to have a D&C to remove the fetal tissue. The procedure was unsuccessful, and I got very sick. I underwent the procedure again. This time it was successful. In some states, doctors may refuse to perform a D&C because Dobbs has made the status of the law so unclear.
And San Diego City Attorney Mara Elliott says had she lived in another state where abortion laws are more unclear, would she have received the same kind of care? Now, Planned Parenthood of the Pacific Southwest says 2 years ago, right after Roe v. Wade was overturned with the Dobbs decision, it saw clinics, I should say, saw a 500% spike in patients. A lot of people were coming here from other states, particularly Arizona, where the laws continue to change. So fast forward to today, it says there are still a lot of out-of-state patients coming here, but they're not seeing the huge number that they were 2 years ago. We also heard from a woman named Grace Gage, who grew up in Texas and who had an abortion in 2008 there when she was 19 to 20 years old. And she says that clinic is now closed because Texas has banned abortion. She says that she thinks about it all the time, about how women growing up in her hometown don't have the same options she did.
The fact that not only women are feeling the kind of pressure to make decisions they don't want to, but also the medical professionals are being forced to do things that don't align with them is unacceptable. It makes me sad, but it also kind of angers me.
Now, I also reached out to California Right to Life for comment, and I was sent this statement that reads in part, quote, "We celebrate the overturning of the disastrous Roe v. Wade ruling that fabricated a right to abortion in the Constitution and led to the violent deaths of over 60 million baby boys and girls. As Alito's majority opinion in Dobbs so thoroughly explained, there is not and has never been a constitutional right to kill unborn human beings." So back out here live, it goes on to say that while the High Court has corrected its error, that the damage cannot be overturned overnight. Heather and Anna.
Kelly, Mayor Todd Gloria signed a new law today. It's apparently an ordinance aimed at protecting people from being harassed outside of places like you're standing at right now. What's that all about?
So they basically called that a free speech buffer zone. So the way the law read before is that a patient entering a clinic like this one would actually need to approach the protester and tell them that they don't want to be harassed. Under this new law, it requires the protester to leave at least 8 feet between the space between them as well as the patient. So this law not only applies to healthcare clinics, it also applies to churches as well as schools.
All right, Kelly, thank you for that clarification.